Hey, aspiring author, you have the idea, you have the confirmation, you even have an outline. So why aren't you writing? At some point, you have to stop planning, stop preparing, and stop saying, I'm going to start. And actually do the work. In today's episode, we're talking about what you really need to finish your book, and that is dun 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 dun. Discipline. That's right. Let's get into it. Ready to write your first book and make an impact? Do you wish you could organize your book ideas without feeling overwhelmed and actually find the time to write and finish your book? Hey, I'm Donna Cherie, a book writing coach and author. Welcome to Book Writing Made Simple. Inside this podcast, I'll teach you how to get a clear vision for your book idea, get organized, keep it simple, and develop a writing plan so you can finally get your book out into the world. Grab a notebook and pen with your favorite cup of tea. Welcome back to the Book Writing Made Simple podcast. I'm your host, Donna Cherie, a book writing coach and author. If you're new here, welcome. And if you've been tuning in for a while, welcome back. If you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe so you never miss an episode, because over here on this podcast, we're not just talking about writing a book, we're actually finishing it. Let me say this up front today. This episode might step on your toes a little bit, but it's coming from a place of love, of genuine love, I promise. I wouldn't be a good coach if I didn't tell you the truth in love. Today is one of those heart-to-heart conversations that we have to have, because you keep thinking you're stuck because you don't know what to do. You're stuck because you're not doing what you already know to do. Now, don't turn this episode off. Don't pause it. Don't stop listening. But listen to me and hear my heart today. And I hope that this episode really encourages you. You have the concept of your book. You have the outline. You've done the brainstorming. But now it's time to sit down and write. Yet you're still hesitating, you're delaying, you're stalling, you're self-sabotaging, you're pressing snooze on your God-given assignment, waiting until you magically feel ready. I hate to break the bad news to you, but that day of euphoria, that day of magic may never come. You have to be disciplined to finish your manuscript. Discipline is what bridges the gap between having a plan and finishing your book. This is what will get you to the finish line. It's what sets a published author apart from one who just keeps saying, yeah, I want to write a book someday. Many moons ago, before I became a book writing coach, I served in the military, believe it or not. One thing basic training taught me real quick was discipline. As soon as I got off of that bus, it was go hard and you're not going home. Being disciplined was how I survived and made it through basic training and just the strenuous process of becoming a soldier. I didn't get to wake up when I felt like it. I didn't show up for my battle buddy when it was convenient. I couldn't just skip or choose not to complete tasks that was assigned to me based on my mood. I had to be disciplined. I had to follow through and execute, whether I felt like it or not. I know what you're thinking. I do. I know what you're thinking right now. Basic training is not the same as writing a book. And that's true. However, they both require the same characteristic, discipline, to make it through until the end. At first, discipline feels very uncomfortable. If there's anything that you're doing for the first time or you have a huge task before you, it's going to require discipline, but it may make you feel uncomfortable. Discipline, it stretches you, it challenges you, but over time, it builds something in you. It builds consistency, it builds resilience, it builds follow through. And here's what I want you to understand: discipline is not a dirty word. It's not just for CEOs, it's not just for high achievers, it's not just for people who have it all together. Discipline is for you. If you want to write and finish your book, you will need discipline, period. Point blank. Discipline is your key. Discipline is the secret sauce. Discipline is the difference from holding your book in your hands versus just dreaming about it or just having some ideas or staring at a blank page. It's the discipline that is going to take you to the finish line. So today, I want to share 3 points with you to help you feel empowered, and to gain discipline along your book writing journey. So my first point is to stop waiting to feel like writing. Let's be honest, you're not always going to feel like writing. Some days you'll be tired, some days you'll feel worn out, some days you won't feel inspired, some days you'll feel distracted, some days you'll feel super busy. But if you only write when you feel like it, or when you quote unquote have downtime, your book will stay unfinished. Discipline says, I'm going to show up anyway, even if it's for 20 minutes, even if it's messy, even if it feels uncomfortable, even if the words don't flow perfectly, even if all you end up with is a few sentences during that time, you write anyway. So stop waiting to feel like writing and do it anyway. Secondly, show up for your book like you do everything else. Let's bring this into perspective. You go to work when you don't feel like it. I have been there, guilty. You show up to church when you're tired, when you may have had an all-nighter. You handle responsibilities even when your energy is low. You show up for your kids even when you may not feel like it. And this is not to condemn you, it's to bring awareness to your reality. Because when something is important, when something is a priority, you show up. You show up. Your book has to move from being something you want to do to something you are committed to doing. I want to say that again. Your book has to move from being something you want to do to something you are committed to doing. Put it on your schedule, make it a priority, and show up. Show up for your book like you do everything else. The third point is to finish what you started. Don't be someone who is not a finisher. And you can finish your book. You don't need another idea. You don't need another outline. You don't need more information. You need to finish what you started. You need to finish where you left off. Discipline is what carries you to the finish line, not motivation, not inspiration, not waiting for the perfect moment, but consistent, intentional action is going to carry you through the book writing process. Every time you sit down and write, you are making progress, and progress over time leads to completion. I want to leave you with these 2 scriptures today, and that is: 1, the race is not given to the swift, nor to the strong, but the one who endures to the end. And also, the harvest is plentiful, but the laborers are few. There is a harvest attached to your obedience. There is impact attached to your book. There are so many people who need what you've been called to write. But harvest doesn't come without labor. You have to show up. You have to endure to the end. You have to do the work. And it's as simple as that. You have to stay disciplined long enough to cross the finish line. So I just want to encourage you today that if you are feeling like you're still stuck in this place of you're not sure what to write about or what to do next, get disciplined and apply these simple steps today to help you. And I'm going to also put in the show notes those 2 scriptures that I mentioned so that you can meditate on them throughout this week and even as you're in your book writing process. And just remember that, it's not about how many years it takes you to write your book, but that you actually finish writing the book, whether it takes you 90 days, 6 months, or 2 years. But the fact is that you stay the course and that you endure to the end, that you're disciplined enough, long enough to cross the finish line. If you've been struggling to stay consistent, to follow through, and to actually finish your book, I want to help you. I truly want to help you. I'm going to help you organize your thoughts, create a clear plan, and stay accountable so you can write and finish your first book, so you can make a kingdom impact. Someone is waiting on your book, sis. Go right now to donnasherie.com/coaching and let's get your book out of your head and into your hands. Listen, discipline will take you where motivation never could. So show up, do the work, and finish your book. I pray that today's episode has blessed you and that you take it to heart and put into action. Until next time, ciao. Thanks for tuning in. I hope today's episode inspired you to take that next step to write your book. Remember, small steps lead to big results. If this podcast has blessed you in some way, be sure to leave a written review on Apple Podcasts. Your support means the world to me and it helps others to find the show. Also, be sure to pass on the inspiration by sharing this episode with a friend who could benefit from this message. God bless you, sis, and never, ever give up.